Alright YouTubers, what is going on? It's been a little bit since I did a video. Got a couple of knives I need to do videos on. And honestly, I haven't been feeling it. I just haven't been motivated to do a video. I apologize, I don't know why. But here we are, we're doing it. We're doing a video on the Quiet Carry, the new one that I got off Kickstarter actually, and they should be available to retailers soon enough. It's got a little card here, thanks for your purchase, limited lifetime warranty from Quiet Carry. And this is the Quiet Carry Chase. Cool design. Comes in different handle materials. This is what they call the sea gray handles, and they're basically like a remember that Kieranite stuff back in the day that modders used to use? I think it's like that. And they all have different like patterns. None of these are going to be the same, which is pretty cool. That's why I got this choice of handle, because you could do black G10 or olive green G10, I believe. And you can get coated or satin blades, so I did the satin. So this is one that comes in about, I think the Kickstarter was like $80. I'm not sure what they're going to be once they hit dealers, but pretty inexpensive knife. You do have N690 blade still on this one, so their other models have had D2, like the Strand. I think it was the Quiet Carry Strand. I liked that one, so I thought I would try this one out and kind of support them on Kickstarter. It's on phosphorus bronze washers. I have taken this apart, and it's actually pretty smooth. I did add some knife pivot lube to it. Like I said in my video of this, this is my new preferred choice of lube. Weirdly enough, there was some negative, I got more thumbs down than I typically do on a video. I don't know why. It's kind of strange. So, but on this nice with washers, it made it really nice and smooth. Out of the box, the action was not... Good heck, that scared me. I don't know what made that fall, but something just fell in my basement here. The action wasn't great out of the box, so I kind of messed around with the pivot. I did take it apart, and it just has basically stainless steel liners that are skeletonized, and you have like a stainless steel backspacer here. You have a stainless steel deep carry clip. We'll get to that in a minute. And then again, N690 blade steel. Nice jimping up here. The thumb opener is a good way to open the knife. It's really the only way, but you cannot really, there is no way to middle finger flick this. It just doesn't have the cutout right here, but they couldn't because of the lock bar, so that makes sense. And they made the handle to be more streamlined, where the blade, majority of the blade is inside the handle, similar to, well, I don't have one of the ones here, but more so than the Sabenza or the Bug Out here. So it's a nice streamlined design. I like the design overall. Torx screws, Torx pivot. So those are kind of your basic info on the knife. Weight, I'm not sure off the top of my head, so let's see. Pretty lightweight knife though. It does have skeletonized liners. That's not right. This stupid freaking scale, I tell you. This one won't go over like 5 ounces. Silly. Yeah, that's what I thought. 2.79 ounces. Pretty light, under 3 inches. Size-wise, you're looking at a little bit smaller or bigger than a small Sabenza. Actually, they are about the same size, and they both have right around 3-inch blades as well. So you're very, very similar in size to a small Sabenza. Handle-wise, too, they feel very similar as far as size. Let's put it next to the 940 here, which is going to be a bigger knife, not by a lot, and the Bug Out. So, smaller knife, under 3 inch, right around 3 inches on the blade, maybe a little shy of 3 inches. I don't have the specs in front of me, and I don't necessarily, where's my ruler at? I don't even know. You can tell I'm really feeling these videos right now, right? No, I want to get it out there to give you my first impressions, or I shouldn't say really first impressions. I've been carrying it for about a week now and using it, and it's been a nice little knife, especially for the money. It's held its edge well. It came pretty sharp. You can see it's got some residue and stuff on it from using it. Nice satin finish on the blade. And my wife just walked in the room, so I'm pausing and giving her weird looks like, what are you doing? Why don't you know I'm making a video right now and you can't interrupt me while I'm making these YouTube videos? No response? Anyway, lockup on this when I got it was not very good. Like it would, when I opened it, it wouldn't engage every time. I had to actually take the knife apart and bend the lock bar over, and that did fix the issue. So now it locks up solidly. But like I was saying, deployment-wise, you can't middle finger flick it. You can. See, it kind of failed there. You can flick it like that if you want to, you know, quick deployment, or you can just roll it open. Either way works good. I found that you have to like give it a pretty solid flick though to get it open, and that's not because of the action really. It's because of the way the thumb hole is, and there's not a lot of relief here. If they would have actually taken more of this scale out right here, giving it a little bit more relief there, so you had a better purchase for your thumb, you could really get it, flick it open. But they probably weren't concerned about that when they designed the knife. So, but that's some feedback I would give. Another thing about this knife is the pocket clip is nice because it's deep carry, but the way it's positioned, I'll show you first what it looks like in the pocket. It's kind of close to the handle, but I think the G10 models, I don't remember this being this big of an issue before. There we go. Might have more of an issue, but you notice how the clip kind of is in an angle, so it kind of carries wonky. It doesn't carry up and down. It kind of carries like that. Nice and deep though. And I imagine with the G10 that you might have, it might be a little too close to the handle scale and might be a little hard to get in and out of your pocket. With these scales, it's not a big deal. But it's deep carry and everything, but they kind of put it at this weird angle, and it actually creates a hot spot on the knife. Not a bad one. When I first got it, I thought, there's no way. This knife has a horrible hot spot. It does hit me right here in my palm, and I have a medium. I wear a medium-sized glove. If you have larger hands, I imagine it would be worse, actually. Smaller might be better. If you had a little smaller hand, you could easily get your hand over there and not be an issue. It's not as bad as I thought it was. After using it, carrying it and such, it didn't bother me very much. But it's noticeably there. If you get a good squeeze, you're going to feel this sharp edge here into your palm. But again, not the end of the world, but not something on the design element that I think they would have caught. But it's hard because everyone has different size hands, so I get it. But the way that the knife kind of angles this way as well kind of creates a sharp point there, and yeah, I think, but it's more the clip sticking out a little bit that causes that. So they they want to do a deep carry clip, obviously, bent over style clip, but oddly enough, it doesn't swap. It's only right hand carry. So they could have just mounted it on the scales and done deep carry, and it would have been better, I think, for ergonomics. But that's not a huge deal. So, but it may bug you if you have similar size hands to me. So, other than that, though, the jimping is aggressive, but it works well. Locks your thumb in really nicely, and it overall has pretty decent ergonomics, except for that little spot there in the back. So, not bad. Yeah, I think that's pretty much my impressions of the Quiet Carry Chase. Like I said, I don't know when they're going to hit dealers, but if you got on the Kickstarter, you'll be getting one, or you should already have it. I think the handle scales was a cool idea. It's different, because you just get kind of sick and tired of the same black G10 and OD green G10, and it's kind of nice to see something a little different. I zoomed in so you can kind of see the color patterns on this, kind of the squirrels. I hope the camera lighting and the lighting's picking up. It's definitely not it's like a very sea green, like a light, not like a camo or anything like that, but it almost has a camouflage type pattern because of the different swirls and qualities of the scales, which is pretty cool. So they're all going to be unique, which makes it nice. They're not going to be all the same as every knife. Now, I like the profile of the knife. I like the look. I like the swedge here. Gives it almost a clip point style look to it, Bowie, but it's really not. It's more of a traditional drop point with that swedge. But thickness. Oh man, these are getting low. Measure the blade stock. 0.10, so pretty thin. It should be really. I mean, I noticed it's a good slicer behind the edge. Really thin behind the edge. 0.021 behind the edge. So it's a nice. It should be a really good slicer. I've noticed a little bit amount of cutting I've done has been a little bit of food prep and opening boxes and stuff like that. Kind of my typical EDC stuff. And I've noticed it slices very well. So it is thinly ground and does have a nice thin blade stock. So it should be a good performing knife. Should cut very well. Overall, the size is good. I like the size of it. The blade to handle ratio is not the best because of this back spacer here. But I like that overall design of the knife, the aesthetics, how it's kind of enclosed. Very sleek and slim. And speaking of slimness, let's see how it is in the pocket. Yeah, you're under, it's like 0.42 inches wide. So it's pretty slim, slender, just a good size for EDC, good weight for EDC. Should be legal in most areas, because I think the blade is actually a hair under 3 inches. Let's see here. See, this is never, I think, the best way to measure these, because the blade is not, but I'm getting like 2.8, 2.9 inches there. So it's a hair under 3, so kind of like the size of a small Svenza, like I mentioned. So overall, not a bad knife for the money. I don't, like I said, I don't know what they're going to land at dealers at, but you know, the Kickstarter was about 80 bucks, I think, is what I pledged for it. Got here in a decent amount of time. It's been a long time. That's the thing about doing Kickstarter knives or doing mass drop even, is that you just kind of forget when you bought it, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, new knife, and it's been 6 months, or you know, who knows. So it's kind of fun to do that, but at the same time, you almost kind of, I don't want to say you lose interest, but you kind of do. Like when you are waiting for like a new model to come out and you buy it and you get it right away, it's a different feeling than ordering one and having to wait a long time. It almost takes some of it away from me anyway. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video on the Quiet Carry Chase. Any questions or comments down below. See you in the next one.